The Junior Doctors Network serves as an international platform for junior doctors to facilitate an open dialogue of global events and activities that are relevant to their postgraduate training and the World Medical Association. It was founded in the 61st World Medical Association General Assembly in 2010 October in Vancouver, Canada. The purpose of the Junior Doctors Network is to empower young physicians to work together towards a healthy world through advocacy, education, and international collaboration.
Yeah, so message that I would have to the junior doctors in general is that, I think it's an incredible opportunity to be involved with the Junior Doctors Network. So even if it's as small as being on the email list, contributing virtually or getting on a conference, because I know it's a lot, it's a lot of money to go to one of these events. But I think if there's a regional meeting or a national meeting or even getting involved in an association, I think it's truly valuable. I truly believe in advocacy and then the skills that you learn through the Junior Doctors Network. And one of the things the reason why we set up the Junior Doctors Network was all about opportunity. What we see is that you will be a leader, whether in your country, your hospital,
You are a light. You are the light. Never let anyone, any person, and any force dampen, dim, or diminish your light. Release the need to hate, to harbor division, and the enticement of revenge. Release all bitterness. Hold only love, only peace in your heart, knowing that the battle of good to overcome evil is already won. So that is taken from Congressman John Lewis in one of his many speeches that he gave here in the US. But I think about, as I'm talking to junior doctors, that's a message that you need to hear, to recognize that you're here to do good, to do the work that needs to be done, and that there will be times, maybe many times, depending upon who you are, that you have to really dig deep within and continue to project, to emanate that light.
I think the most encouraging and inspiring thing is that JDN is still going strong even this many years later. And there is always going to be a need for viewpoints from young physicians and young professionals. I think we bring a certain vitality, a certain idealism to the organization. And I say we because I still consider myself young at heart. But it's really critical, especially as the world continues to change, to have that important perspective from young physicians, because we know that junior doctors and residents and interns around the world see different things, experience things differently from established physicians, especially in the midst of the current pandemic. And it is so vital and critical to be able to continue to advance their views at the international level.
To start, because when you start, you see that there are a lot of opportunities worldwide, and there are mechanisms that can help you. It is in Junior Doctors Network, it's in World Medical Association, and when you get to know people, when you are a member of the network, you broaden your network, you broaden your horizon, and suddenly even the most difficult things become easy. Like with the experiences that we shared with our colleagues in Junior Doctors Network, we could achieve almost all of our goals in the country for junior doctors, for their working conditions, for their working hours, for their salaries, for their social life, for their research abilities, for their institutional support, to protect them from bullying and harassment. like we could achieve all of them in the country, and we could do that with the experiences that we shared with our colleagues, because they had the similar problems 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, or today. So when you share your vision, your mission, and when you act together, when you have a global partner, it just makes you more powerful. So never be afraid to start. You don't need any resources. You just need to read. You just need to listen to your colleagues from a different country, or from a different city, or from a different institution. So never be afraid to start.
For the JDN members, I would tell you that my experience in JDN was very eye-opening. I learned a lot about myself. I also grew as a person. Nothing comes without challenges, and when during my leadership, the challenge wasn't really within the network. We were very cohesive. It was a wonderful time within the network, but there were external challenges that made me grow as a person and kind of lead the network into further growth. Those were opportunities that I don't think I would have gotten outside of the JDN. The friendships that I built, while of course many people in the JDN I knew before, I met several amazing people, including you, Maki, and several others that I think will be my friends for life. So I think that the JDN is a place where we can be leaders, we can learn skills that we wouldn't otherwise, but we can also meet inspiring people who are going to be with us, I hope, for the rest of our lives and our careers. So I'd say that do not miss on the opportunity, and sometimes it feels different when we're not able to meet people in person. I would tell you that during my first 2 terms where I served as membership officer and deputy chair, I was not able, because of financial reasons, to attend and time commitments, to attend meetings in person, and yet I was still able to kind of build those friendships and continue working with the network. So don't let that stop you. And for the women there, I think that yes, there will be challenges. I would not lie, but also I saw a lot of support. I saw people who were skeptical initially because I was the first woman chair of the JDN. At the same time, we had the first woman chair of the WMA Council in an organization that is over 140 years old. So I think we are moving in the right direction, but it doesn't come without sacrifices, without certain challenges. But you will see that you will get quite a bit of support from our male colleagues and male allies in the network particularly. So I would say that do not hesitate to take on leadership positions or put yourself out there.
The JDN has been more of a stepping stone for me. I've learned so much associating with the JDN, watching the policies being made, seeing how rigorous the process is, how tortuous it is to come up with a policy, how you put many things into consideration to arrive at a policy of an association. It's helped me in my own leadership career as I've carried that on to various places, even the places I work. the places people I relate to, my social gatherings, I've tried to implement the formulation of policies in a very, very rigorous way, such that the policies indeed do or serve their purpose. It's one big thing I've learned from the WMA. And the JDN has the WMA has the JDN at heart, and have given us enormous opportunities to be part of this policy making, to even be part of representing the WMA in external organizations where policies are made that are implemented worldwide. So that has been massively helpful for me, and I encourage every member of the JDN to indeed embrace harnessing the enormous opportunities in the JDN and make the very best out of it.
That the JDN have offered to me. I've appreciated it as a network of like-minded colleagues around the world, and knowing that there are junior doctors who share my interests and passions around global health in lots of different countries. And I consider many of the members and people who are on the management team with me as not only as colleagues, but as close friends as well. I hope the JDN will continue to go from strength to strength and provide this space for young doctors around the world who have interests and passions as they relate to global health issues, but also not just global health issues around medical education, health workforce, and sharing lessons learned and opportunities to kind of learn from one another. And I hope that will continue going forward, and the JDN will be around, although I will no longer be a member in another 10 years' time when we'll be celebrating the JDN's glory.